Here comes the mama and the baby. Hey Jay. Do you like ice skating? No? So this is how you put a tip up in.
Yes. Okay, I'll explain.
Okay, so there's is that called a treble hook? Triple
This
hook?
is a treble hook. Medium sized on the larger side.
Do you put 3 minnows on it then?
No. Typically, I would put a sucker, like a walleye sucker or a northern sucker.
Okay, so what did you just put on there?
This is a, well, let's call it a fat head, I guess. It looks more like this is a smaller one, maybe.
It's like kind of a little bit bigger than a crappie minnow, but not quite as big as a fat head.
The reason I didn't buy the northern suckers
Yeah.
is because I asked if I could buy them just like a half dozen. She's
Right.
like, sure. Just $1 a piece.
What?
I'm not kidding you.
A dollar
piece.
for each sucker?
For each sucker minnow. I'm like, I'll get a dozen. I'll get
Was
a
it hard making
Okay,
the hole?
all right. So explain the tip-up assembly just a tiny bit of what's going on here.
So the
Okay.
whole concept of this is to set the line in the water with the bait.
Yep.
Fish is gonna take the bait.
Okay, and it pulls that reel right there.
It pulls the line off the spool,
Yep, and that turns this at the top. Ha!
and then the flag goes up, and you have an indication that you have at least gotten a bite.
And then you have grown men running across the ice at full speed. All of a sudden.
And in this case, most tip-ups, if not all, have a light duty and a heavy duty. So the notch is
Yep.
smaller or larger. You know, if it's really windy,
Oh.
you maybe need
oh,
the
sure.
heavier side. So it's going to take more resistance, more strength
To make
pull.
it.
But
turn
even
fast.
if you get a strong minnow,
Is that your information on the flag? That's someone
no,
else.
this is a garage sale special, guys.
You guys can call that person. and
I
harass
promise. Garage sale special. You tell Anna Melton
them. Tell
that
Anna you saw
I
her
bought
video.
this fair and square for $2, which is a great deal. But
Yeah.
thank you, Anna. But
All right.
um,
So that's pretty much a tutorial on the tip-up.
Yep.
So now you just have to set your depth. And what would you say is typical? I mean, this water we're in right now is really shallow.
yes.
But
So,
if you had like a 10-foot deep lake, like it's kind of typical.
well, it depends on what you're fishing for and the fish habits of that lake.
Yep.
So if you're fishing for northern pike, typically I would say fish look up. So I wouldn't put it at the bottom.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So that they can't look down? Fish can't?
I mean, think about it. They can't. I mean, they can look like
Because
this.
their eyes are like on the top of the head, kind of.
So their vision
Ah.
is very.
So if your bait is on top of where the fish are, theoretically you have a better chance than if your bait is below.
Right.
That is so intriguing.
Yeah.
I did not know that at all.
But some fish are looking like walleyes. You put it close to the bottom of the lake.
Yep.
Because they're down there looking for the bait. So you know they're swimming up like this, so they can look down and see it.
That is so
It
cool.
works great.
All right, so that I think pretty much concludes the summary of the tip-up action. So when that flag goes up, what do you do?
The flag goes up. You don't want. You come up to the flag. Okay, so it's going to be like this already.
Yep.
And this is actually going to be spinning.
Okay. Oh, because it just lets them go. Lets them run. It lets the fish run.
It's pulling line out. See.
Yep.
So you got to bite. You're going to come up, and you don't want the fish to know you're there until
Oh.
you've set the hook.
Weird.
So
So you pull it up.
So you want to take some line free.
Okay.
Kind of let it out like that, and then you don't want them to feel you until you're ready, and then you set the hook.
Oh, no way.
A good hook set.
So you don't like hang on to this. You just let that lay on the ground. You're actually going to be holding the string directly.
Right, loosely.
Right.
So then, as you're fighting fish, if it's a big one, if it's pulling
Oh,
line,
it's going to hurt your hands, isn't it? Or
Well-
like on just the string.
well, yeah, you don't grip it super tight, and it's
Your fingers start falling off.
you hold it loose so that if it starts pulling away really hard,
Yep.
you let it go. You don't
Oh.
let go.
Oh,
but you
sure.
loosely hold
You're
it.
basically your hand is the drag.
So it's like, yeah, it's pulling the line out of your, between
Right.
your hand.
Since it's cold, the burn symptoms are minimized. You can't feel it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You'll find out
Meaning
later.
It's doing less damage.
All right, I think that's a really good summary. So then you fight the fish up to where it's at the hole. Any tips once you get it right at the hole
Yes.
level? So once it gets up to the hole,
Yep.
what do you do?
Well, you wanna.
Can you just pull it out with the string, or?
Yeah. I mean, you pretty much have to, unless unless you get it, say it's a big fish, you get it turned up the hole and there's a lot of ice, so maybe there's 2 feet of ice.
Oh,
You got this big fish.
weird. Yeah, I suppose.
From, you know, so it's
From way down there, because
straight
right
up.
now it's only like 4 inches or something.
Right. So in that case, if you get it to the top of the hole, instead of pulling it out of the water
With
where
the string, where it
the
could.
weight
Yep.
is gonna pull down too much,
Oh, sure.
you can actually just reach your hand, just grab their gill, pull 'em
Or stick your hand straight in the mouth.
yeah,
I
and let
just-
them kind of latch their teeth on you. And then, as long as they don't let go, boy, you'll.
Don't do that with anything with sharp teeth. You could do that with a carp, I guess. That's about it. Oh no, did he freeze while we were doing our tutorial?
I've got to get another one.
Oh no, look at it. It didn't take very long. Oh, it's such a bummer. Okay, just in case people didn't see earlier, you hooked him right above the dorsal. He's not holding still, so it's easy to see right now.
Yeah. So here's the fin.
Yep.
So typically.
Oh,
I
just
go
right in front of the, is that called the dorsal
right above.
fin?
I believe so. And
The back fin.
notice I didn't go too deep into the fish, otherwise you hit
Yep.
all the vitals.
Oh,
In which case.
oh sure,
it
so
would
you
kill
kept
the
it up a
fish.
little bit higher so it can
So
stay
it's-
alive longer.
Just beneath the backbone, kind of.
Yep.
Well, actually, no, it's not even that far. It's just enough where there's some meat to hold it, but not
Yep.
that, you know, and it's probably better that they end up coming off as opposed to killing them, gut shot, per
Oh
se.
yeah.
I mean, in that case, it's bad.
Yeah. Okay.
So
all right, that makes.
we're chumming the, I mean, we're not chumming the water.
What does that mean? Oh, you're
You're not supposed to chum the water.
don't put used bait in the water, right? Is that what that means?
Yeah, or like people will bring,
See, people like me, I don't know what that
food.
means. Chum in the
and
water.
they'll put a bunch of stuff down the hole
Oh,
to draw fish in.
and that's not
Chum the water.
okay. So that's just to kind of gather a huge school of fish, and then you can catch them. Okay. Well, don't do that. That's not something we're allowed to do. Okay, here's a fresh minnow close-up hooking process.
When your hands are cold, it's more tricky.
Be careful not to hook your actual finger, because sometimes you won't be able to feel whether or not you're hooking the
Yep.
minnow or your finger. So.
See, I'm pretty high on that.
Yep.
And it's fairly centered, so,
I think it looks great.
and to have it centered like that, it allows the fish to be pretty natural looking in the water versus like
Right.
hanging.
Yep. All right, there we go.
So-
All right, we're gonna set this one more time. And in the meantime, if you guys want to learn more about fishing and just enjoy some fishing videos, also make sure you subscribe and hit that thumbs up button to see more videos just like this one. In the meantime, we're gonna catch some fish here on this beautiful lake
Set some more up.
in mid-December 2020. And we'll see you guys right over there.